Hello, English learners, and welcome back to the English Learning Class, the place where you practice real English while also thinking about your real life. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Daniel. And today we're going to start with a very simple but very honest question. Hannah, are you ready?
I think so. What is it?
If your life was a movie right now, what would the title be?
Wow, that's a deep question already.
I know. And if you're listening right now, we want you to think about it too. Imagine your life in the last few months was a movie. What would the title be?
Maybe something like Still Trying. Maybe Lost but Learning. Maybe The Slow Comeback. Or maybe something more dramatic like What am I doing with my life?
That last one feels very realistic.
Yes, it does.
And here's the interesting thing. Most people think they need a new year to change their life. But the truth is, you don't need January. You only need a moment of honesty.
Exactly. And maybe that moment is happening right now while you are listening to this podcast. Maybe you are walking somewhere. Maybe you are on a bus. Maybe you are lying in bed with your phone in your hand thinking, something in my life needs to change.
If that's you, you're in the right place. Because today's episode is about something very powerful, your 2026 reset. Not a perfect new life, not a dramatic movie transformation, just a real reset, a moment where you stop drifting and start choosing.
And we will also do something important for English learners. We will explain new vocabulary during the conversation so you can learn naturally. This episode is around B2 level, but strong B1 learners can follow along too. Just relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation.
Daniel, let me ask you something. Why do you think many people feel stuck in life?
I think it's not because life is too difficult. I think it's because life is too comfortable.
That's a really interesting point.
Yes, most people are not in terrible situations. Their life is just okay enough. Their job is okay. Their English is okay. Their routine is okay. Nothing is exciting, but nothing is painful enough to force change. And that's when something dangerous happens. You become comfortable with average.
Exactly. And when that happens, people become complacent. Complacent is a very important word. If you're complacent, you are too satisfied with the current situation. You stop trying to improve. You stop pushing yourself. You stop growing. For example, after a few small successes, he became complacent and stopped working hard.
Yes, and complacency is very quiet. It doesn't feel like failure. It feels like normal life. But slowly, months pass, then years pass, and suddenly you realize something scary. You are living a life you never actually chose. You just drifted into it.
To drift into something means to slowly enter a situation without really deciding. It happens little by little. For example, he didn't plan a boring life, he just drifted into it.
And that happens to many people. They drift into jobs, they drift into habits, they drift into routines, and one day they wake up and ask, how did I end up here?
Now, here's a surprising idea. Failure is not the real problem. Fear of failure is.
Yes, most people avoid trying new things because they are afraid to fail. But here's the truth. Everyone fails. Everyone, even successful people, even confident people, even people who look perfect online. The difference is simple. Successful people expect failure. They don't treat it as the end. They treat it as information.
Exactly. Let's learn a useful expression here. Fall short of something. If you fall short of a goal, it means you didn't reach it. For example, we fell short of our target this month. But here is the important mindset. Falling short does not mean you are a failure. It means your strategy needs improvement. That's it. Failure is feedback. And when you understand that, something powerful happens. You stop being afraid of trying.
Now, let's talk about something that changes lives, small actions. People love big dreams. I will change my life. I will become fluent in English. I will start a new career. But dreams without action are just fantasy.
Yes, real change happens in small steps, not big dramatic ones, small consistent ones. For example, instead of saying, I will study English every day for 3 hours, you say, I will practice English for 10 minutes every morning.
That sounds simple, but small actions repeated every day become powerful.
Yes, and here's another important word, consistency. Consistency means doing something regularly, even when you don't feel motivated. For example, she improved her English through daily consistency. Motivation starts the journey, but consistency finishes it.
Now, we need to talk about something deeper. Sometimes life is not just difficult. Sometimes life completely collapses. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe you feel lost about your future. This moment has a powerful expression in English: hit rock bottom. If you hit rock bottom, you reach the lowest point in your life. For example, after losing everything, he felt he had hit rock bottom.
That moment can feel terrifying, but something interesting often happens at rock bottom. There is nowhere lower to fall, which means the only direction left is up.
Exactly. And that's when people begin to claw their way back. To claw your way back means to slowly return to a better place through effort. For example, she clawed her way back after a difficult year.
It's not fast, it's not easy, but it's powerful. Let's imagine something together. It's December 2026. You're looking back at this year. 2 different stories could exist. Story number 1, nothing changed. You stayed comfortable, you stayed quiet, you stayed safe, and life stayed the same. But there's another story. You started small. You practiced English. You tried new things. You took small risks. You made mistakes. But slowly, your life began to change. And by the end of the year, you realized something beautiful. You had begun to rise from the ashes.
Rise from the ashes means becoming stronger after a difficult time, like the mythical phoenix bird that is reborn after fire. For example, after a difficult year, she rose from the ashes and rebuilt her life.
And that's the message of today's episode. Your story is not finished, not even close. The version of you that exists today is only the beginning.
Before we finish today's episode, we want to ask you 3 questions. Take a moment to think about them. Question 1. Where in your life have you become too comfortable? Question 2. What is one small action you can take this week? Question 3. What kind of person do you want to become by the end of 2026?
Remember, you don't need a perfect plan. You just need the courage to start.
If you enjoyed learning English with us today, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who is also learning English. And we would love to hear from you. Write in the comments, what is the movie title of your life right now? This is Hannah.
And this is Daniel, and you've been listening to the English Learning Class. Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.